Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone. Today is 4/19/2022, 5:03 p.m. And I would like to call the meeting to order. We have today Ian, Bob, Bryant, which is DeVry Online President, Howard Jones, our Secretary, Dr. Paul Berger, our Vice Chair, and Saul Black is our Education and let's see,
Senior Outreach.
Membership Development Chair. Sorry, I had a blackout there. Thank you. So I guess we can get started. Howard, I will share the minutes from March, and then we can look at screen. Share with that.
Okay.
Let me
Can
see.
you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you. So Howard, I will scroll through these, and those of you that are present, if you have any correction into the minutes, raise your hand or speak up.
The minutes aren't showing right now.
It's not showing?
No, you have the agenda showing.
Oh,
That moved off the screen.
okay. So I will,
Oops.
there we go. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I have split screen this time. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I'm
will. Okay, so
trying to
this will.
figure out how do you make it bigger? It's
Oh,
hard to read.
is it?
On the top right corner, and then at the bottom of your screen, you have the Zoom bar.
Bottom of the screen.
Well, that didn't help.
Oh, sorry.
That went the wrong way.
Hit the screen.
Screen 1, screen 2 share. Okay. It's still pretty small.
Large the window, and then in the bottom right corner of the application window is the Zoom bar. All you have to do is zoom that in some.
I just raised it on mine by hitting the plus sign and the zoom in up above. Oh, now we can see it. Okay.
Is it better?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it is. I did not get any comments back on the minutes again.
Okay.
So
We can go
Howard.
through.
Yeah, Howard, you did get my input, didn't you?
well, yeah, your corrections from your notes, yes, they're put in here.
Yeah.
They're in here.
Okay.
I got your updates that you gave me,
Okay.
right? Yes.
Okay, so this is the section advisor update and the communications.
Yeah, communications. That's what he sent, right?
Okay.
Those were updated from where I couldn't get all the information, so he sent those.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Howard.
Yeah, thank you. If you hadn't done that, we'd been in trouble, I think.
Okay, if there's no objection or any amendments, I guess we'll call to approve the minutes as Howard presented it. It's also Howard also attached what Daniel provided here for the budget.
Yeah, yeah, and that has at the end of they have the financials that he gave to me. That he gave them to me in individual little sheets, and when I said I wanted to copy it and put it in Excel, it gave me this and let me put them all together so I don't take as many pages. He tells me it takes a lot of time to recompute or redo it. So I'm going to see what we can do. I cut and paste them one time, but that still takes a whole lot of, adds a whole bunch of pages to it. That was my concern. And I hope you're getting something because my record is not doing very well. It seems to cut out every so often, just quits recording. I don't know why, but I'm trying to get it straightened out. So who's making the motion on the minutes? I need somebody to make the motion.
Hey Google, I'm home. Oops, sorry.
Okay, you're
Who
home.
made the motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, Dr. Berger made the motion. Second.
I second.
Okay,
Black.
and so second. All right. Well, the March 15 minutes is approved.
You need to
Okay.
vote. Everybody needs to vote on it. Just say
Oh
all
yeah,
in
everyone
favor.
who in favor say aye, and those say raise your hand
Aye.
if you say no.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm raising my hand.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. Minutes is approved. Okay. Thank you, Howard.
Okay.
Okay. So let me see.
You can go to your agenda, I think, so we can.
Let me see. I just.
Can you all hear me?
Is that you, Ian?
This is Daniel.
Oh, Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Okay, Daniel.
Hey, I know we just voted on the minutes, but just did want to communicate. I think Helen and Howard have sent out a corrected a financial report from our last meeting. Just making sure that that was added to the March minutes.
I think that's the one that you sent me and I made it into the, I hope it is. That's the one. You might have to look at it. It's the one that I just actually made it into the Excel and it puts them all together. I didn't know whether you looked at that or not. That's on your copy. You can always.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back and look at it. I thought you were just sending me that for an example, but yeah, if you replace it, then we're good. If you didn't replace it, then I would say that there's some errors there.
Okay, you let me know that because I think I replaced it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm-
Yep, I'll take a look.
Hope I did.
All right. Thank you, Daniel. Okay. So this is, we can go to the a little bit report. I think the pressing activities that we have is the deadline for the Ohio Legislative Day, that this is coming Friday. So make sure if you want to attend, register today.
Yes, and then I don't. Did you register, Helen?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you probably got a link from OSPE telling you had to go back to the Zoom, actually do the Zoom, but contact them because they're setting you up as a person to get the thing. I don't know exactly how that works, but anyway,
Okay. Yeah, I
I
did.
got a notice.
Yeah, I got a notification from I can't remember his name, but I did receive it, and then Swin did contact Holly, so he's all set up. They were able to do their audio test, and I haven't heard from Holly again about his presentation, but he should uploaded that on Friday. So I assume everything is good since I didn't hear anything from Holly.
Okay.
Yeah, I did extended the invitation to the entire West region or the Ohio area, and I was able to get some response from the Dayton chair and also Cleveland chair, but none from Lima and Akron and Cincinnati. So I'm not sure what's going on with those guys. But probably what we need to do is make sure that they're aware of some of these events early on so they can utilize. I definitely don't want to us the section to be spending a lot of money for um, just a small group of people attending, and this is definitely a good opportunity for the section to learn what's going on in the legislation and get four credit hour for the PE towards the PE. Okay.
Helen,
Yes, Bob.
did you happen to contact the Youngstown section? And even though they're in Region 4, the Toledo section?
No, I did not. I only did the west area.
Okay. Well, the Youngstown section would be the west area, but the Toledo section's in Region 4.
It would, just as a comment, Helen, we should do it to any of the chapters that are in Ohio, because the legislation all covers all of Ohio. So we could do that. I mean, I don't see any problem doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
But
kind of late now since today is the
no,
deadline.
I
Yeah.
understand. No, in the future, if we want to do that, just making a comment. That's all.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good though.
I'll put that down to make sure that we cover. In hindsight, I guess we should have published it for Region 2. I mean, it's still probably not as beneficial for them since that's outside, but it still covers some of these infrastructure bill that was passed, since that is
Yeah.
a federal bill. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Next thing is I guess Ian, you and I, we need to really sit together on what we need to plan to do for the state fair. So we need to start working on those to make sure that we get all the material that we need and space that we need. I haven't responded to Dick about the space that we need.
Yeah, I've kind of already been experimenting some. I mean, I got a little thing of snap circuits here just to play around and kind of experiment with those. Those actually go really well with the oscilloscope, the multimeter, and waveform generators and stuff. So I think
Okay,
it's
so
a fun learning opportunity for kids.
yeah, so I'll send you a meeting request maybe after next week, and we can sit down and figure out what we need to do with it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also for the 100-year anniversary, I think we need to have a committee to make sure we can get started planning with that. I'm looking into September. I think if we can do September, at least that doesn't get too close to the holiday season. So
Yeah, speaking of that, the banner actually hangs on my stairwell now.
yeah, I still need to get the banner from Josh. He did respond to me, and I can
Oh,
stop by and get it from him.
yeah, well, I have the 100-year anniversary thing hanging for now.
Yeah, that's a nice banner.
Oh, I love it. I think it's
Yeah.
a really eye popper when you're walking up the stairwell.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that. Maybe we can involve the students to do like a call for a design, like 100-year design, and do a T-shirt or a polo shirt.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'd call out
I
to
think
the
that'd be a good
students in the
idea.
section Yeah, call out to the students section. It's just like the student activities shirt competition, except it's our section only.
Okay. So we'll involve all the student that's Ohio OSU graduate, undergraduate, and then OU and the VRI. I think those are the only four school that's real active anyway.
Yeah.
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 So okay. So I will send out a notification. Hopefully this month. Any comments from anybody about that?
I think having it in September is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to design something on a shirt. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, so we'll do a student competition for the 100-year logo or design.
Okay.
So let me just bring some up here. So this is a sample of student activity conferences. This was the 2019. So every year, the student activity conferences, they'll actually design shirts. So this was the student activity conference, which took place in Pittsburgh, I think. But this was the winning design. So all we have to do is have the kids just create a simple design. They send it to us, then we add it to the shirt. The shirt I actually have sitting in my closet right now, but they just have to design the design, and we have to put that on a shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's how simple it is.
Okay.
I love that design. That's my favorite design ever.
And I will say, Dr. Berger, can you reserve like a banquet at Ohio State?
Yeah, like how many people? There's a multitude of venues. The Ohio Student Union over on High Street has rooms that can be reserved, and you are allowed to bring catering in there. Uh, if you want something somewhat more formal, you might be able to go over to the Blackwell Inn, and we can make reservations over there. Uh,
Okay, can you mute your line if you're not speaking, please? Okay.
Yeah, what's the boundary conditions?
I think in the past we do. I mean, the last. I guess the 17 years I've been in this section. I mean, we had banquets in the past that was 200, 300 people. Um, so I'm not sure if places like the Fawcett Center or can accommodate, a couple hundred, maybe 150 to 200, since this is the entire section,
Yeah,
including the students.
the Fawcett Center might be, yeah, because you would definitely overwhelm most of the spaces in the Ohio Student Union. There's only one room that could potentially come close to that in the Student Union. And I don't think the largest room at the Blackwell, um, maybe. Um, possibly. The advantage of the faucet, I understand from the recent semiconductor workforce meetings that were held at the faucet. I did hear that out of towners were having to get parking permits. So I guess this vigilant parking police that scour our parking lots and garages. Apparently, the Fawcett Center is part of their hunting grounds.
Hmm.
So if you park over there without proper, and they key off of your license plate, so you don't need a hang tag and there's no card to swipe, there's no card reader, there's nothing. So you just have to have prior arrangements with the institution so that your license plate was registered.
Mm. Okay, because the last events that I had there, they just give you the barcode and you can just put it in the car, and but if that change, you know, so well we'll figure out where we can go, but at least minimum 150 to probably 200. I hope um the section would be excited to join an event like that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Did you sour? We used to do sometimes at was it the Riverside or whatever? What's that restaurant?
We did that the last time. I can't remember the name of that place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Riverside.
Did you sour on that? Is that why or you just want to bring it closer to the students so we get more student participation?
Yeah, I think I just like to make it closer to the students since sometimes they have harder transportation, and it makes it probably better uh, attendance participation from them.
True, true.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll discuss about that further. It's probably not too, not too late. Otherwise, it's always harder to find venues a month in advance. We got the summer to think about, but I think September is okay. That way, it doesn't, just got back from breaks and it's not close enough to all the holidays in November and October and December.
Gotcha.
Okay. Also, I would like to do a field trip. I was talking to you probably know Dr. Cerny, Charles Cerny at Dayton, and he was okay of having like a joint meeting, at the right path for the section, and that's summer. I know that's most people are on vacation or something, but that's still I think it's still a good thing to do for the summer for the section. I think
Howard, can you make sure you're muted when you're not speaking?
all right, thanks. Okay, that's all I have.
Ian, don't you have power to mute at will?
Yeah, I did. I did that too.
We just give Howard a hard time.
Oh, come on, I love giving Howard a hard time. Just gotta make
Yeah.
sure he knows. We
Okay.
just gotta get him a headset. That's all we gotta
Yeah,
do. Come on.
yeah. Do you guys have any preference sometime, June, July, for a field trip?
Do you know where we would be going at Wright Patterson or
Oh, to the museum.
the Air Force, National Museum of the Air Force? Okay.
Yes.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's the museum is free admission. So,
Right.
for those of us in Columbus, we can carpool and get there. I mean, they have I think they have videos. Those you have to pay, but I mean, I've been to the museum, but it was you can only pick and choose where to go. Really, it's not a one day. It's a huge exhibit, but
Yeah,
it's
it'd take you a few days to get through
mhm,
everything.
right.
As far as carpooling goes, I have a friend. He can get us a bus. That's a 20 passenger church bus. But he still will charge for it, and that could be up to $30 per passenger.
That's quite a bit. That's only an hour from Dayton. So probably carpooling would be cheaper.
It would be,
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah,
20 people. I don't know.
yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, so
So
we'll think about that and
I think,
and iron it out as they get close. Howard, you
yeah,
have
yeah, I
any
just
comment?
wanted to say, I think sometime in June might be a good time. That's all.
Okay, I'll take into account. All right. Okay, that's all I have. Paul.
Um, let me see. I'm trying to think of how everything's partitioned in our agenda. Can you maybe show? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Should I talk about awards at this time or later?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I just put the bullets in there if you want to comments or anything.
Okay.
Helen, just so you know, when I shared my screen for a second to show that 2019 shirt design, that pulled you off. So you're gonna have to share
Oh,
your
okay.
screen
I'll need
again.
to share my screen again. Sorry. All right. Okay.
Okay, that helps keep me honest. Uh, So we had a kind of a misfire in trying to nominate some student awards at the Region 2 level. The formal deadlines for Region 2 student awards is actually March 31st. And I've just been suffocated lately, to be quite honest. When Intel coming to Ohio and all these things. It's just a frenetic buzzsaw around here. And so I noticed on one of these notifications that that deadline was extended to April 15th. So I thought, okay, let's try to go for that. And so I kind of mobilized a few days before the deadline, and I worked with some of the students. And there's four awards. There's best volunteer. There's which I was actually hoping to nominate Heli Nayak, who you probably many of you met at the recent IEEE GSB banquet. Then there's a best activity, and I actually thought that banquet went so swimmingly. I was going to actually nominate the banquet as an activity, as an iconic activity, meritorious of an activity award. Um, I was um, I was bending the ear of the students that maybe they want to nominate me for a change. I've, all these years, I've never really gotten a counselor award, which is quite sad. And
Yeah,
then the
we
fourth
used to get
award.
those out.
Well, that was a Columbus one. This is Region 2, so this would be actually much higher stature. Um,
Okay.
and I certainly never won one of those, and nor was I even nominated. The students um, tend to check out, and so they're like, just like student evaluations of courses. The good students say, "Hey, thanks, professor. Nice knowing you. Take care. Have a nice life." And then the bad students sit there and they gnash their teeth and they write terrible teacher reviews. And so no one really ever gets around to nominating dear old Dr. Berger. Um, the fourth award is really kind of off limits at this point. It was not something you could mobilize last minute. I downloaded the web page portal information. It requires a huge, insufferable amount of documentation of all your activities at various levels. Now, that has like 15 different attachments you can make. Now, you're not required to enter something into each field, but it's encouraged. So it becomes quite taxing. So it's something you really have to prepare for to get a best student chapter award. So just to kind of be guides for the future. Now, the one that's coming up through the MGA is now then section awards. So that'd be our Columbus section. Um, and that deadline is May 15th. It's not quite as taxing as the Best Student Chapter Award. It's actually easier, even though it's a larger entity. I downloaded that portal and I sent that to Helen and Howard, and may have CC'd you, Ian.
You did actually. I saw that.
Okay, so that's palatable. It's not something, again, that we should leave to the last minute. And then I was very humbled when who's it? Rhonda, is it?
Rhonda Farrell.
Yeah, Rhonda
Yeah,
Farrell. Yep.
she sent out some slide deck that articulated the, oh, I thought I had that section open. Yeah. She had, oh, I guess I didn't save it to my hard drive, but she had something about the different chapters in at least the western region of Region 2. And we were like, way at the bottom, which is a good thing, actually. The ones at the top were on the watch list and were hemorrhaging. And then there was a middle strata, and then there was a lower tier. And then she had a like something akin to a Gantt chart, and it showed almost all green for Columbus. We had one thing that was sort of in arrears, and I think Lehigh Valley was the only chapter that sort of potentially surpassed us. And so I think if we do our homework, clean some things up, and one of the things we need to clean up, Ian, is our web page. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I just haven't had content that we
that is one of the things that's one of the first set of questions. So if you think we should go for this, then we've got some homework to do, and we got to get some ducks in a row to fill this out. So things like web pages and so forth. Let me see if I can find Rhonda's email.
Yeah, pull that up and
You
share it.
forwarded it to me. So let me see.
Yeah, I thought I had saved it because I'd annotated it. I found it.
Okay.
West Area Revitalization discussion, and yeah. Do you want me to share on WebEx?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Here. So here is the um, so here is a section priority. Now this is only the west area. So presumably this is half of Region 2. And you can see high priority for watch is Akron and Lima. They're in deep doo-doo. Cincinnati, Cleveland, Youngstown are in medium priority. They got some outstanding stuff. And we are just monitor only, which is a heck of a lot nicer than Dayton, which shows that it's got some arrears here. Support all of the great things you are doing. So she's already seeding that we could potentially win a Region 2. And then if you go forward and you see Columbus, solid greens. Here's some mild greens. Okay, we got to find out what these things are. And then, yeah, if we could address these two, everything, the only group that goes solid green all the way.
That's the Paul, that's the recognitions, because we didn't have awards from Region 2 because we did not submit. That's the reason why we didn't have. So if you look
Yeah.
at the legend, it's R, and that's one thing that I put down when I did my assessment, because I always include every activity that we have
Uh-huh.
in the assessment, and then whether we did yes or no, and then I back it up with an activity. And then one thing that we failed last year as a section is to get recognition awards.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then that means then does that imply that Lehigh has gotten their fair share of Region 2 awards and it's our turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then all the more reason to submit this year, because
Yes.
then the pendulum swings in our favor.
Yeah.
Well, that's ideal then. If that's the only category that we're outstanding on, that means they owe us one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's why I point out, that we have we have the outstanding section, and then we also have individuals. So in the individual, the nomination will open in July, and you can nominate as many individual, and that's probably something we need to nudge your student again, Dr. Berger, to nominate you for that.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Yes, and then for the friend of IEEE is like, we have industry partner that like AEP that's
AEP.
been supporting us for a long time, student partner like TI and Rovises. So some of those people, industry that's been really working with the students. So yeah, I mean, I think it'd be good if they get recognition, since they're providing supports to the section.
Hopefully here soon we can get intel. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So I saw that email from her. Uh, Rhonda she likes data. She's a
Oh yeah.
data person. So
That's her specialty, actually. I think she's actually a computer scientist, actually.
yeah, she has a lot of she does all kinds of things.
Hey,
She had a lot of
Helen,
me in her.
when you're saying recognition, is that like from Region 2, or is that us recognizing our members or our chapters for what we're doing internally?
Oh, this is region 2.
Like we
So
would get awards from Region 2. Is that what
correct.
you're saying?
Yeah, I know that you guys at the PES, you do your annual, like outstanding engineer, young engineer,
Right.
but
Right.
this is Region 2 specific.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think Swin did he? You guys got recognition, right, for the PES for Region 2, for the PES National?
I don't recall. I know we did previously, but I forget last year.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it's actually good to see that we're not, in the bottom. We're not being reprimanded in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's exactly. So I guess that's probably it for as the vice chair. Um,
All right. So Ian, we need to start working on a website.
including an
Which might be
updated photo for myself. I have a
a.
beard now.
You have a beard? So do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually one thing that they did in the March 5th meeting at the region, is like Ian, and they set up a camera to take photos of some of the region 2 people, because
Yeah.
the pictures that they have was pretty bad.
Yeah, I still need to finish getting those edited, and I'm gonna try throwing them all in at once. But yeah, it was funny. We were making fun of Drew and Barry because Drew made him look a lot flatter and bigger,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Barry he just looked like really tall.
Yeah.
That was the funniest thing.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. So let's go to the treasurer's report, Daniel.
Can we skip mine for about 5 minutes and then come back to it?
Okay, sure. Okay. All right. With that, we can get back to Daniel when he's home. Let's go to the professional societies. Saul.
Okay, well, we have scheduled a senior member information night for May 11th. So far, I just have one RSVP, but we're hoping to get more. I'm also looking at starting up tours and information meetings, but I haven't been very successful yet. And I'm still looking around for somebody to sponsor a tour.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, we'll send out, start pinging some of these members that really, I guess we need to get Richard and some of those guys that really need to get their senior member updated. Okay, thank you, Saul. Professional activities. Ben has actually asked me that I may need to find somebody for now because he won't be able to join us for a while. So I'm looking at a couple of people that could help him on that volunteer role until he gets back on his feet. Okay. Um, Educational activities, that's still open, but I think Ian, you kind of pretty much take on some of that. I
Mm-hmm.
I did have a person from OU that I think I forward to Bob that he would be interested in working in education, if not in the communication, Bob. So I'll talk to you after that when you get into the communication society. Okay, so
Okay.
now the webman, Ian. So you need some work there.
Yeah, that's what everyone's telling me right now. So I mean, uh, honestly, I have said like if you guys have stuff that you want to have posted, just tell me and I can get that posted. So
Okay.
that's all we
Yeah.
need.
Okay. I'll schedule a meeting with you next week to review and go through the
Mm-hmm. We can figure out
materials.
what we can do.
All right. So that's
Mm-hmm.
my action item meeting with Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we may need to get some new updated photos from everyone. So if you get updated photo, please email it to Ian and we can update the some of the
Profile
bios
pics.
yeah. Okay, so let's go that back to back with the student activities. Have you heard from Carl Sol?
No.
Okay, yeah, we need to get in touch with Carl. I think that I put that in the new um, new topics to discuss in the end. I think auditor we're still haven't open. I remember Austin believe had expressed some interest in doing that, but we that's one thing that is in the back of my my mind to really get going to make sure that we're up to date with our finances. I know Daniel has really done a great job on getting things in order, but we still have some outstanding things to do with the previous years. So, Bob, any update on what you sent to Region 2?
Um, no, I'm drafting an email letter to Barry, but I'll probably give him a call this week and get in touch with him since I was busy the last couple weeks. But I'm gonna, get in touch with him and find out, what he did with it, if he approved it or where it goes from here, and I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks. All right, Jim Watson, I haven't heard from Jim. I know I think John has informed us that his wife passed away, so I need to get in touch with him about student activities. I'm not sure if they're gonna start doing face-to-face activities now that the national has opened up some of these events already. Okay, that moves us to the affinities and societies. We haven't had really none of these. Most of these people attended, other than uh, Dr. Berger and Bob, I guess, for the communication. So I need to really, well, and Austin for the power engineering. So those are our three active society right now. So we'll just go with, I guess for you, Bob, any update on events?
Yeah. Let's see. Dr. Jing Ping from uh, the university and City College in New York. Um, he's the New York Comstock chapter chair, and he was nice enough to host a presentation. And so on Tuesday, the 29th of March, we had a presentation by Professor, let's see, Mehdi Ramadi, I believe. He's a computer science professor at Cleveland State University, and he's also an IEEE senior member. But the presentation was on integration of terrestrial networks and extreme environments, challenges, and capabilities. I guess he's also been doing research on underwater wireless communications also. And let's see, our chapter was one of the co-hosts. I guess there was 42 other chapters that were co-hosts for this presentation, and there's 104 people that attended. It was kind of interesting because in his report after the presentation that he sent out, it looked like there were more guests that attended than IEEE members. But so it was pretty good. But that's that was done virtually, online. But that's all that I have to report for right now, and I'm still looking for speakers and trying to see if with the way things are going, if we can have tours again, like Saul was talking about.
Okay.
So that's all I have to report. Oh, wait a minute. The only other thing I was going to say was outside of representing the Computer and Communication Society chapter at the IEEE OSU graduate student banquet, we donated some of our funds to that event too.
Yes, thank you. Definitely, it was great for some of the society to support the student section.
That
Just
was very deeply appreciated. I got a message even from Helly today indicating she felt badly she didn't even give more airplay and notoriety at the banquet for all the support and efforts that everybody did to support that, especially the local technical society chapters.
Okay.
yep, it was a very successful event, so it was great to be part of.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so that's all I have to report for right now. And I'll
Okay.
give Howard a printed copy that he can use in case my voice doesn't, sound very good
Thank
or
you.
it's too low recording.
All right.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
So let's see. None here for the other society. Well, we have Dr. Berger for the electron devices.
Ah, yes, and I'm on mute. Let me see, pull up the right folder. We held a distinguished lecture, part of our seminar series, Abhishek Dixit from IIT Delhi, and it was on hot carrier reliability characterization of advanced CMOS devices and RF circuits. I ran that through vTools, had a pre-registration for his Zoom presentation, and I've already filed my vTools report. Then additionally, as part of the Midwest Semiconductor workforce development activities that were taking place a few weeks back, I had the pleasure of Gerhard Klimek from Purdue visiting, and he gave a lecture. He's a fellow of IEEE and multiple other institutions as well. And he gave a discussion on semiconductor workforce development through immersive simulations, because he's the director of the National Science Foundation's Nano Hub at Purdue. And so he gave a wonderful talk. I also ran that through vTools. And I had attendees from Bangladesh, um, some one or two from the Far East. It covered the entire planet. It was very well received, and I've also filed that through vTools. And because of that, I was um, uh, let me just log into vTools here. Um, Sorry. Um, so another entity out in California took notice, and yeah, here's my events and vTools. Hopefully this is, no, it doesn't. Okay. So let me see. Oh, how do I sort this? Shoot, it's got too many. Give me just a second. Columbus. Yeah. Okay. So, uh, in conjunction with a Silicon Valley EDS chapter. On April 28th, I'll be running an event, a seminar, Data Centers at Meta, Heterogeneous Integration Driven by AI and Machine Learning and Network Applications. So that's April 28th. That's also on vTools, so you can sign up. Then another one on May 26th, Understanding Your Supply Chain, What is Hiding There? That's also joint with the same chapter out in California. And I believe there's one more. Oh, yes, coming up. Oh, we just had it. Semiconductor packaging, the future is now. Um, with the recent buzz in the semiconductor industry is all about advanced packaging, a heterogeneous platform. So yeah, so technically I've now held 3 events.
Good. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I've looked at some of those things. Unfortunately, my schedule is a little too booked. It's like I used to get really interested in some of those packaging. It's amazing where things has gone with the packaging miniaturization on some of these parts. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. Yeah, this
All
is
right.
the Silicon Valley, San Francisco Bay Area chapter that we're doing this in conjunction with.
Okay. Great. Thanks. All right. Do we have anybody? Daniel, do you want to speak for PES?
So for PES, we're just getting our monthly meetings going. We're kind of ramping a few things back up. I think we're also working on finding another person to fit. I don't know if it's secretary. There's another board position that we're trying to work on as well. But yeah, we're just moving forward, trying to find the right speakers and have our regular meetings.
Okay. Thanks.
Mhm.
So, young professional, is that position still open? I have a few people that I'm looking into, so hopefully they will say yes, and then we can have some event with that as well. We don't have a whole lot that's going on. I'm looking into some networking and probably technical events in the fall. I know last year we did some, the Smart Columbus. We could probably look into some other things this year, but we do organize a lot of the events with the students. They seem to like doing networking events with us. So hopefully we can do that. Going into the student branch, we have Bryant. Any update on your project?
Actually, so the project's moving along nicely. I think Devin's been able to commit a lot more time to that project since he stepped down as our program committee chair. so and moved into the robotics committee chair position. So I think right now it's just trying to get everyone involved in the project to get their reimbursement form turned in. I think I've turned mine in and I've gotten my reimbursement, and so has Ladinia, but we're still waiting on some others so that we can get that all worked out as soon as possible. Um, Other than that, we actually, since Devin stepped down from that position, we were able to, I requested applicants to fill that position, and we had two applicants that we made one of them the chair of the program committee, and then we made the other one the vice chair. So we're hoping that they can work together to get more speakers and events organized for our student branch. So since I think last year we had several speakers that were really good, but towards the end of the year it fizzled out. So hopefully we can pick that up again. And then we have a new computer programming committee chair that we just um, appointed. So he's probably going to be able to start after the DeVry blackout weeks. So right now we're in the last week of the session, and we have blackout weeks for the last week and then the first week of the new session, but then we also have spring break in between. So we're probably not even going to be able to do anything meeting wise until, I don't know, for the next like 3 weeks. So, but I'll keep you guys posted. There might not be much to report next meeting, but that's what's going on right now.
Okay. Yeah. Just keep in touch if you need anything.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Thanks, Brent. We have Helly. Helly.
Hello everyone. I would first like to I would like to thank you everyone. I'm glad that Computer and Communication Society and PES Society could join our spring banquet. Also the we I would like to appreciate Robert, Austin, Helen for representing societies, as well as Howard, Richard, Ruth, and Kavita to be present at the event. We consider it to be a very successful event. We could get 4 companies in: Tokyo Electron, Caterpillar, Tektronix, and North American Stainless. I feel that the event was successful not only on the management side, as it's like overall event management, as well as student satisfaction was good. We got positive feedback, so I really appreciate for supporting financially and also being there to make the event special. Unfortunately, I was not able to, I'm still not able to share the pictures of the event, and that's the reason I couldn't send the follow-up email, because we have not received photos from the university. But I would like to thank Robert for taking a few pictures on the event day. I really appreciate Helen's support for helping us throughout the planning as well as execution of the event. I really appreciate for helping me with everything, because this event was like a very first time, and all of the officers don't have this kind of experience. So we were so lucky to get support from Helen and the guidance. Without her, I don't think it was possible to execute the event and even the planning the event, because I almost lost hope at some point. Regarding the financial uh, aspect of the event, I think 75, approximately 75% of the cost was covered by tickets, IEEE Columbus donation, and society's donation, as well as university funds. And rest of the 25% of the cost will be covered from our personal fund that we have collected from by saving from previous, like last year, and also by getting from industry sponsorship. So that is the financial detail about the event. I again thank everybody. I hope you enjoy the event too. And thank you so much for coming. Um, Unfortunately, we had a slide for IEEE societies right after the company representatives, but unfortunately, probably there was some miscommunication or something happened and we just skipped that. I mean, like the host stopped at the company representative slide and didn't move forward. So unfortunately, we couldn't introduce the society and the table. And I really feel sorry about that. I realized it after the event. But other than that, I think the event was a successful event. And next time we'll do much better job. And one of the other things is I am graduating this semester. So this is my last few months with the organization. But I'm trying my best to hand over my work. I'm trying my best to leave there enough number of resources for them to be able to either duplicate the events or maybe come up with new events and manage it. I also appreciate Professor Berger. He he managed to be there on time, so I really appreciate that. And I would like to appreciate him for supporting me and encouraging me throughout my journey with IEEE GSP. Thank you.
Right, that's great. Also, I would like to make sure. I think well, probably Daniel will need to forward you the funds request because the section did voted to provide the $500 fund from the student fund. So I'm not sure if you have done that yet.
Um, I guess yes, I Parth is our treasurer, so I requested him to finish the procedure and whatever we need to do by communicating with Daniel, but
Okay.
he's probably busy with something, so I'll remind him to get that done.
Okay. Good. All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Great job, Haley.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks. Daniel.
Yeah. Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay. All right, let me know when you all see my screen.
Yep.
Cool. So not much activity. You can kind of see here there's only a few things that have happened since. I think this is moving $50 from our website. We zeroed out this account, move it to the general fund per our last conversation. I think these are mailings, and then PES had a dinner and some other stuff, but you can come and see the next pages and what everything was for. So yeah, not a lot of activity in March, but we will send these over to Howard and you all can see them if you want to dig into stuff with more detail.
Okay. So have you received a request from OSU treasurer, student treasurer, for the $500?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. We may have to send them the form.
Okay. Yeah, if I
So,
just know who it is.
yeah. So if you can send it to Haley, then she can forward it to the treasurer.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
With that, my probably one thing for new business that I would like to discuss is section technical society chapters that's not been active. So we need to start looking into some of these chairs, whether we need to contact them and see if they're gonna remain in the position or we have to find somebody to replace them in those positions. So if we look back, let me see. I share. Did I share? I'm trying to share back my list here, but I just get a spinning connection message.
Are you still in North Carolina?
No, I made it back.
Okay.
I cannot definitely do this in in North Carolina. Um, so we're looking at this. You guys can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at some of these, I mean, the technical chapters. Like, for example, we have not had any feedback with APMTT controls. We haven't heard from Carl at all. I think he attended a meeting early this year, but that was pretty much it. And there were no events last year, which is not good. And then engineering and medicine. Uh, I did hear something from signal processing. I believe it was actually the new person here now. It was Young Lee in the past, and I had communication with him. But so far, signal processing, engineering and medicine controls, and APMTT has not been uh, attending a meeting or providing any kind of feedback to us. So I will need to contact each of these people, and if they're not interested in doing any more, we need to probably find somebody that would, because this is kind of dead weight into our section. If some of these groups is not doing anything, then it's going to negatively affect our performance as a section. So I know Paul has mentioned about multiple people that we can contact. Like in the controls, we can get some recommendation from, Dr. Surani, since it's probably not a good thing to approach him for that chair position because he's very busy, but he may be able to recommend someone that he knows in the university circle. The same thing with the APMTT and signal processing. I'm not sure where I'm missing. Oh, I don't have the circuits and system in here, so I need to add that in the list. And I saw that they did one event last year, but um, other than that, I think one of them, they still, I keep beating them. Hey, you didn't put a report, and I never did get a response from the chair and the secretary. I never didn't get any response from either one of them. So I guess
Do you know
I'm
who the current circuits and systems contact is?
it's supposed to be Rami Tantaway.
Oh, I don't know that name.
Yes, so it's this. He came to the meeting once prior to getting that society activated or form the society, because we did had to sign a petition to form it, and they must be doing something because the section did receive like $1,000 deposit from them, from the national for some project, but I'm not sure if they haven't requested funding. Have you received a request of funds from that, Daniel?
Not that I'm aware of. I hope I haven't because I haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah, I did not see. I know we did receive a request for authorization to deposit money for epics, but that's a different one than the circuits. Yeah, but I did see that they received like $1,000 last year. Um, so I need to go to vTools again. I know I put their name in the OU Analytics and I searched it and I couldn't get anything back. So I'm I'm not sure what's going on there. I may have to contact Ellen Perez at the MGA level. Okay, so do you guys have any kind of recommendation, comments on how do we go forward on um, taking care of some of these inactive societies?
There is an additional faculty member and who made a mid-career transfer just a few years back um, to Ohio State, and I did not take notice of her when she first transferred. She's not in my area, and the department keeps growing and growing. But notification just came around that her husband passed away, unfortunately. And so it caused me to kind of take a look at, who is this person? And I realized she was very active in circuits and systems where she used to be. And she was like treasurer of circuits and systems. I mean, I'm talking about the global circuits and systems.
Mm,
Um, so I think after we give her a chance to get back onto her feet, uh, we could maybe approach her and see if she would be interested, and that would also bring a little bit of diversity as well.
okay.
She's apparently so new in some sense that they have not even listed her on our webpage. So I'm struggling to remember her exact name.
Okay. So once you probably get that name, and I think you mentioned to me the other day about the ESL lab for the antenna propagation.
Yeah,
So
David Ridgway is the current ESL director. He might be a good person to potentially contact.
okay.
There's also sometimes the faculty members are too hyper busy in their own kind of faculty worlds.
Mm-hmm.
There's some very accomplished research scientists at ESL who have just been stalwarts in the antennas community and so forth. If you feel that the antennas needs to be swapped out, there might be a possibility of approaching one of these very seasoned research scientists as well.
Yeah, I have to look into my notes. We had a young person that attended one of the that last event that we had with Carl when they were still looking into doing the container project for the site project. So I'm not sure if she's still there, but she was part of that ESL lab.
Yeah, she's
And
listed, but I never came across her name and all until you mentioned it, Alexandra Bringer. But there's other people who've been there for a long time, like Chris Ball is been at ESL for years and years. Um, he's might be someone to potentially contact.
mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will contact each of these individual, and then I just don't want to replace them. That's not protocol. So we need to contact them first and to make sure we do a proper way of dealing with things. If they still interested in being chair, but they need to be active to make sure that they do their events, they report their events, and you can do events and invite the section, at least the section, just like I've always been interested with. I used to be a member of the EMC Society, so antenna and propagation is one of those things that I'm always interested in attending lectures.
Yeah, there's also like Chi Chi Chen and Indir Gupta, who were research scientists, but now they're considered research. Oh no, Gupta retired, but Chi Chi Chen became this new position of research professor. It's a new category, and so Chi Chi Chen moved up from research staff to research professor.
Okay, that's yep, yep. So we'll I'm gonna start writing on letters on these people, and hopefully we can re-engage them and gets a little bit of nudging before we take them down
Yeah,
for their positions.
understood.
Yeah. All right. Good. Um, with that, anything else? Any new topics?
Yeah, Helen, just a quick comment. We still need to do the IEEE foundation request to AEP. We got to finish that.
That, oh yes, I forgot to put that on the list.
Oh, no,
So
we just need to finish it up. I don't know when you want to try to do that, but
this week I'm fully booked. I have a banquet on Saturday, so working on those. Next week would be okay if you send me an invite, or I can. Do you want to do that in Whitehall Library again? I think that worked out last time.
yeah, I think that worked really well last time, and we can try to do that again. You look at what you're open and let me know what, and I can check mine. I'm not probably not as backed up as you are. I mean, you got other things to do too, but I'm dealing with some personal issues with my brother, so um, he's he went to the hospital with a medical problem, and they found no medical problem specifically, but determined he had dementia, and now he can't get out, and he has to have a guardian now. He has to move into a facility. He's single, lives at our family home, our stepdad and mom's home in Missouri, and he and I are the only two left. So he's younger than me, so I'm working on that right now. But yeah, I'd like to do something next week if we can. That would be try to get it finished.
Okay, I will send you a meeting request. Um, I
Okay.
believe there's a 1099 that is required for that.
No, it's a 990.
Oh,
It's a
990. Okay.
yeah 990. It's a tax report of some kind, and it generally covers multiple years, but I don't know how. I thought maybe if we could take our budget for last year that Daniel submitted that showed all the expenditures and everything and how it balanced out or whatever. Maybe we could just tell them that we don't have a 990 report. You were going to have to check with IEEE and see if they had that in Region 2 for our section. I don't know.
Daniel, is that something we can check with Star Parker?
The 1099.
Is that
Uh,
1099 Howard or 990?
It's a 990. It's a. I should probably just
Yeah,
send you what it's a nine.
Yeah.
It's not a 1090. It's a 990. It's a report.
Yeah, I'm sure we
yeah.
could get that from Star.
The 990 form is usually for 501c3 organizations to file.
Yep,
But-
I'm sure we could get that from Star.
Okay.
Well, if we can get that, that's what we need. We need to have the 990 report in order to submit to AEP as part of the financial. So
And that's just
if you
for
can get that,
2021 or
Yeah, just 2021.
yeah, 2021.
Okay. So yeah,
That
that
would
would
be great.
cover that would cover majority of it, and the rest of them are just mission statements that I can put together. So that should be not a problem. Okay, so I will set up a meeting for next week. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
for you and Ian. All right. Anything else? Okay. Well, with that, we can call a motion to adjourn, then I can give you back your 8 minutes. So anybody would like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll
I
make
move.
that. Oh, somebody else. That's fine.
I second Howard.
Okay, so Howard, Howard made a motion and Dr. Berger second. Everyone in favor say aye.
Aye.
Bye.
Aye. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night. And thank you for all your participations.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.